Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. My name is Rebecca, and today on the Homestead we'll be doing a cook with me and winter warm-up video where we're making some homemade marshmallows. So if you watched any of the other videos in the winter warm-up series, you will see I did a couple of different versions of hot chocolate. So I thought today I'll do a recipe where we can make some homemade marshmallows to put into those hot chocolates. And these are actually pretty good to eat just by themselves. So follow along while we make these homemade marshmallows together. So for the first part of this recipe, we need to get the gelatin prepared. So you can use a bowl with a whisk and do this by hand, or you can do what I'm doing today, which is using my KitchenAid stand mixer with the whisk attachment. So first we will need 2.5 tablespoons of an unflavored gelatin, and that's if you buy in bulk. If you use the Knox brand here, you would use 4 of the envelopes. I have both, but I like to buy this in bulk, so I'll be doing the measurement today. So that's 2.5 tablespoons of the gelatin. And to that we will add 1/2 cup of cold water. Now we'll just start whisking this together. There. So you just want to whisk it so that all of the gelatin is dissolved and has a nice smooth texture to it. So now we'll just let this sit for about 20 minutes. Alright, so while that gelatin sits for about 20 minutes, we can prepare the warmed sugar mixture that will create these marshmallows. So in a pan, I'll put on medium-high heat. We'll add 1/2 cup of water, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of a light corn syrup, I'll mix this together. And we'll add 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So now we're going to cook this until the sugar dissolves. Then we're going to bring it up to about 244 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is to the firm ball stage. So if you have a candy thermometer such as this works well. I like to use my laser thermometer, which you've likely seen me use in my canning videos. Either of those thermometers work very well for making homemade marshmallows. So we'll let this cook until the sugar dissolves and this will become more of a clear appearance. Then we'll bring it up to a boil and to the desired temperature of 244 degrees. So now we've reached 230 degrees, so this would be soft ball stage. You know you're getting a little closer when you see the bubbles not only at the bottom but throughout, and you're getting bigger bubbles on the surface of the sugar mixture. All right, we've hit our target temperature, so now let's head over to the KitchenAid mixer and add this to the gelatin. So now we'll carefully pour this hot sugar mixture into here. Let's start whisking it together. Now we're going to increase the speed of the whisking. We're going to put it in a high whisk and do this until this about triples in size. Alright, so it is about tripled in size. So now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Now we'll just whisk this in until that vanilla is incorporated. We'll start kind of slow. And there we go. Now let's get this into a pan. We'll move on to the next step. All right, so over here we have a 9x13 pan that I very generously powdered with some powdered sugar. So basically we're using powdered sugar much like you would flour. It's going to help us later in removing the marshmallow from the pan. So here's our marshmallow mixture from the KitchenAid. We're going to pour this into here. I tasted some while I was removing it from the whisk, and it's really good. Nice and vanilla flavored. So we're going to just try to gently get this marshmallow mixture into the general shape of this pan. Let's see if I can encourage this over here. So now we're going to let these marshmallows firm up and set at room temperature, uncovered, for several hours. We'll come back and I'll show you how they look once they reach that point. All right, so it's been about 5 hours now, and we've been letting the marshmallow set at room temperature. So now what I'm going to do is I took a little offset spatula and separated the marshmallows from the edge of the pan. Just going to lift them out. You can just flip it back over into the powdered sugar that you had at the base. And get some on that side too. Now we'll just put it on a cutting surface. Just wash my hands quick here. And now we'll just cut these into the size and shape that we want. I have a 10-inch knife here, which works really nice. You can sprinkle the top the marshmallow with the powdered sugar. I'm just going to do some squares. If you wanted to do some mini marshmallows, you could do that and cut even smaller squares. If you had some cookie cutters in various shapes for holidays, if you have a little heart-shaped one, you could do heart-shaped marshmallows, or if you had a snowflake-shaped one, you could do snowflakes for winter time or Christmas and things like that. I'm just going to take a little powdered sugar and just brush it on the edges. I'll just help prevent these from sticking to one another. Sprinkle some more powdered sugar into the pan, and then once they're cut, I'll put them in here and kind of toss the final cut marshmallows in there so that they don't stick to one another in the container that I will eventually store them in. These will work well for s'mores, or you can put one in your hot chocolate like I talked about earlier. You watched the videos that I made. There's a couple different versions of hot chocolate. If you had a cookie cutter in a special shape you wanted to make, you could put them in a little bag and give them to someone with some of the hot chocolate bombs that we made together. That'd be a a cute little gift for somebody. You can make other desserts with this as well. So again, you're using the powdered sugar much like flour to help keep it from sticking. It'll just help you get the shape and size marshmallows that you want. So now we have these marshmallows and the powdered sugar in the pan that I made them in. Just kind of tossing with the powdered sugar. And there we go. We have a whole pan full of homemade marshmallows. So let me clean up a little bit and I'll plate these up and we can have a closer look at our homemade marshmallows. Alright, here's the finished product of the homemade marshmallows. These are super soft and sweet and fluffy, and they are really tasty marshmallow. These will be great on hot chocolate or in homemade s'mores. If you're planning to do s'mores, you can cut them really big in the size of the graham cracker you're planning to use them on, and you can use them for making other dessert recipes and things like that. They're so much softer and tastier than the store-bought ones. So if you have a chance and you wanted to make some homemade marshmallows, you should give this recipe a try. If you want to see other recipes where you can use these homemade marshmallows, you can check out my crock-pot hot cocoa, where I make a large batch of really chocolatey and creamy hot chocolate that people can enjoy over a long span of time if you're having a family gathering or a get-together, as well as some hot cocoa bombs. We made some homemade hot chocolate spheres filled with strawberry powder to make a chocolate-covered strawberry hot chocolate eventually, and these marshmallows would go well on top of it. These are also good just to snack on and eat. They're really sweet and tasty. Another tasty treat that we made together was some homemade saltine chocolate toffee bark. You can check out those recipes if you want to find something yummy to help satisfy your sweet tooth. Well, I hope you're having a great day today, and if you're new to the channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.